A new season is upon us and the promise of growth is nigh at hand. This is your highlights for Week 1 of PIEA Rocket League. The first featured match was a bout between Lancaster Catholic and the A-team from Garden Spot High. Lancaster were able to find the net early and often in Game 1, sometimes with a little assistance from the Garden Spot D. The momentum from a 4-0 Game 1 would continue into Game 2, as more team play from Lancaster would overwhelm the Garden Spot side. And the cherry on top would be this pressured back wall pass from River into a 2-0 series sweep. Our second match would feature A-teams from Mannheim Township and Pencrest. And the kickoff from Mannheim would immediately put Pencrest on notice. Beating us is no easy task. There would also be no bartering, as this well-executed double tap from Barter would secure a 4-0 Game 1 victory. And in Game 2, the press would not let up, as this single goal from Roble would seal the 2-0 series victory. A bout between newcomers would be our third set, with Chambersburg E-Trojans taking on Carlisle High. Game 1 would prove to be hotly contested, as a lob from Kobe would put the Trojans ahead. However, no lead would be safe, as Carlisle would find a goal in the splash zone. And in the waning seconds, Kobe would come up clutch, as this cleanup in the box would be enough to pull out a close 5-4 Game 1 victory. The mighty momentum of a close win would carry through into Game 2, much like this follow by Grubb, to secure the 2-0 series. The final matchup of the night, defending champ North Catholic, now fielding a B team, would take on Penn Trafford B. There would be physical plays galore, as Sea of Thieves would steal an open net, and Game 1 for both Burb and Trafford. But North Catholic would answer back in Game number 2, as J13 would set Jimboy perfectly to give us our only Game 3 of the night. And in that Game 3, Burb would secure the only goal en route to a close 2-1 North Catholic victory.
Welcome to the Week 1 highlights of the PIEA Overwatch squads. First up, we had a showdown between LaSalle College High School and Susquehanna Township High School. Map 1, Eichenwald, featured an explosive flank from Edgelord, as the Junkrat player fell in lockstep with the opponent to give both the 4K and the 15-player streak. Not letting up on map number 2, LaSalle College locked down the control point on Oasis, then turned their attention to both the opposing supports. Finally, a well-timed flick put the Tracer away, ending the series 2-0. Moving on to our second match, which featured Penn Manor High School versus Mannheim Township High School. After giving up the first objective, a heated skirmish on the second point allowed Cover 11 to slip into the chaos, deleting the front line and earning a 3K, giving the series lead. With Mannheim's attack run being very spirited in map number 2, they took it upon themselves to complete the Tag the Spawn Door challenge. Achievement unlocked. Next up was Bangor Area High School taking on North Catholic High School. Some fancy footwork and an alley-oop set Misato up for the double kill on the Tracer, eventually giving North Catholic the map victory. Not to be outdone, Bangor Area's main tank showed extraordinary patience to outlast their opponent's shields, then laid down the hammer. Lights out, map number 2. A third map would be needed to decide the fate of this series, and Misato once again took responsibilities into their own hands, bringing it home with a well-timed duplicate onto the Junkrat. It didn't take long for a Riptire to be earned, and the explosions rang true, as the defense was able to complete the full hold on Junkertown. echoing North Catholic's win 2-1. The final matchup featured York County Tech taking on Bishop McDevitt High School. Starting map number 1 on Oasis was sure to give the advantage to the Rush Tanks. Sure enough, early in the round, Lamb Sauce fearlessly charged up and fearlessly charged forward, putting a stop to the aggression of their opponent. Some nice tracking certainly didn't hurt. You can't be letting your off-tank take all of the glory, though, and in map 2, it was the main tank's time to shine. After the shield disappeared, it was a 6-person shatter for the ages. Self-destruct may have been flashy, but we all know who the hero really was. That's all for Week 1. Tune in next week to catch all the action highlights from Week 2.